I widen out when I widen out and blow out.
Hi everyone, I'm Allie J. Nikolai with Breitbart News. We are live here in Bethesda, Maryland, outside of the Walter Reed Hospital, where President Trump flew in yesterday due to testing positive to COVID. He's here in the presidential wing working, as he said, possibly, and being monitored very closely by the expert doctors here. We're live here where a group of people not only gathered last night, but are also gathering today. It is expected to have this group grow possibly throughout. So that's, just get a little bit of the lay of the land. We have a lot of the Trump supporters, Trump people that are praying for President Trump and his recovery on this side of the street where the hospital is located. On the other side, we have a whole row of different mainstream media doing their hits and reporting there. Last night, there was also, I talked to some people here, a bigger group here praying and hanging out with other Trump supporters. Throughout our time here, there's been a lot of honks of support, but as you just saw, there's also been people driving by honking and flicking people off, telling them that they are morons for being here and hoping for President Trump's recovery. So we'll see where this goes throughout the day. But it sounds like a lot of people are saying that this is going to be able to grow, especially during the evening hours. We were expecting a press conference with the physician outside of Walter Reed. We're not able to get in there, but that was supposed to start at 11 o'clock. I'm not sure if that has started, and we'll hear the updates, but Trump tweeted out late last night that he thinks that everything is doing great and well. And so that's very encouraging to see those regular Trump tweets as if he's doing okay.
What did you find in that?
But yeah, there's supporters honking and giving us thumbs up and middle fingers as well, as I said before. So we're going to talk to some people here, see why they're here, and support President Trump and kind of get their experience and what they're hoping for in the upcoming and quick future as President Trump battles COVID-19 here at Walter Reed Hospital. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're joined here with a couple of supporters outside of Walter Reed. If you guys could tell me your first name and where you guys are from.
I'm Richard. I'm from local, DC Metro.
My name's Dustin. I'm from Atlanta. Just flew in this morning.
Awesome. So, real fast, sir, why did you fly all the way in from Atlanta to be here this morning?
And first and foremost, to show my support. And I keep telling everyone out here, I don't believe it matters what side of the political aisle that you fall on. This is a leader of the free world. Right. And frankly, we all should be hoping for the best for his safety and well-being and that of Melania, and everyone's been affected by this.
Everybody, yeah.
And why are you out here this morning?
I'm a veteran, and Veterans Back POTUS, and he's sick, and I'm close. So this guy's a champ, right? Coming from Atlanta for a few hours. I'm about 45 minutes away, 40 minutes or so, I guess. But no, to pray up for to pray and to get him better. That's why we're here.
This guy's a fighter. He's gonna be just fine.
Yeah. I'm sure. Yeah.
So what were your guys' initial reactions to the news of President Trump and Melania testing positive?
I wish I could have had my notifications turned off on my phone, because when I got that at about 12:30, 1 a.m. The other night, I didn't sleep at all.
Yeah,
and it was shocking. And basically, when you go through a moment like that again, I truly believe it doesn't matter who's in office at that point. Again, when this is the leader of your country and this is what's ultimately happening, that elicits an emotion that will stay with you for the rest of your life. It's kind of like 9/11, where you know exactly where you were at that moment.
Yep.
And yeah, it was shocking. And again, just hope for the best for him. I know, again, he's a fighter. I believe he'll be just fine. But again, I felt compelled to come out here and show my support, and glad to be with other freedom-loving Americans as well.
Man, he looks like Boris.
He does.
A little bit, yeah.
And your reaction when you heard the news?
Yeah, so
yesterday?
I think it woke me up. I don't have any notifications on my phone, but I think I tossed over around 1:30 and I saw it. And my reaction was kind of like, I kind of feel like my reaction was kind of like, I thought he was going to get it at some point. So the time has now come. But leading up to the election and a few days prior, that made me, anyway, and if our president is sick, that makes me uneasy anyway. Don't want any president. So that was kind of my first reaction was kind of like, oh, a little shocked, but then I was like, well, this is probably going to happen at some point. So it's kind of how I thought of it,
Now, there's a lot of people on the other side of the aisle, on the left and in the Democrat Party, that have been wishing Trump and Melania well, but we've also been seeing other reactions with a singer-songwriter here, Richard Marx, saying, hey, at Real Donald Trump, maybe you should have worn a blank mask, or better yet, not lied to all of us and let so many people needlessly die. Another Democrat surrogate, Zara Rahim, it's been against my moral identity to tweet this for the past 4 years, but I hope he dies. And I just, hearing those tweets, I just kind of want your reaction to those kind of bad wishes to President Trump.
To me, that's it's inhumane. I mean, who wishes death on somebody under almost any circumstance? I mean, granted, we need justice and law and order, and when there's situations where, but still, even to wish death on somebody, I don't know about that. I could never do that. There are plenty of people I don't like, but to wish harm or ill will, or and I don't know. And all this blaming going on. I mean, gosh, we all make so many mistakes in our lives. Mine are unending, forever, and I'm sure, Trump made some mistakes along the way, but to blame him for 200,000 people dying and all these things, I don't know. It's just they're painting with such a broad brush to blame. It's all someone's fault, and that's just not reality. When a kid gets a bad grade in elementary school, it's not the principal's fault. You know what I mean? It's not your dean's fault when you failed out of Calc 2 summer classes. But that's how it is with him. They blame, and that's been going on for a long time here. Not just through COVID. So that's disheartening to hear. I hadn't read that. I'd heard rumblings about people are inciting. We had, I could share some video last night. We were hearing some people out here, and they were saying death to Trump. They had these F Trump signs, and laughing and cackling. Your president's gonna die. We hope he dies soon. Just nastiness. Oh, there's two girls over here that are spitting on us. And this is us. I mean, take a look. This is us. Right? This is us. So. But no, I'm really sorry to hear that. Wishing, I don't know, man. I've been really mad a couple times in my life, like really mad, been wronged. But I don't know, man. Taking a life,
And overall,
it's inhumane. Yeah. I mean, people that think those things, they need maybe some of those crisis or the new cops they call it, psychiatrists, whatever. Like they might need to talk to some of them. And that's it. But you see it. I mean, I've seen on YouTube and TikTok people screaming like, Ruth, you said to make it 2021! Ah! These people are crazy. And to me, that's the same type of person that, and look, I've had my own mental health issues over the years, right? I was depressed and had anxiety, all these things, and sometimes you need to seek some help. And I think that people yelling and screaming or anyone inciting death upon someone, they should probably go have some talk therapy or something at the very least. But that's just my opinion. I don't know, but inciting death.
And how, just overall, how have you thought President Trump has handled the COVID-19 situation?
I mean, good, I guess. I mean, he says the same things over and over again. Lockdown China, lockdown Europe, whatever. I mean, what do you do in a medical pandemic? Like, what's the option? But personally, I'll tell you, since May, I've been deplatformed. I can show you my Facebook. It's crazy, but I've been in many, many hospitals since May, and they're all completely empty. There's nobody in hospitals, like zero people. I got videos up. The American Sign Language Institute signs my videos before I got deplatformed. They were signing them, and there's literally nurses outside Shady Grove, which isn't far from here, saying we discharged everybody. This is a big hospital. They literally say they discharge everybody. It's online. I'm D. Potsner on Twitter, Richard Citizen Journalist, if you guys want to look it up. Anyways, but to answer your question about Trump, I mean, I don't know. What do you do? There's so many moving parts and there's so many things to consider. And you know, and you make one mistake and everyone wants to hang you for that. Oh, yeah, you know, he screwed up, hang you out to dry. You know, oh, yeah, it's all his fault. I mean, it's a big world. 330 million people is a lot. It's a lot of responsibility. I think I'd give him a grade. I'd say like an A. You know, not an A+, because there's been some mistakes made. But what do you do in a medical pandemic? None of us have ever lived through this before. You know, we don't know what would you have done. Well, I mean, you know, so. But overall, I think he's doing pretty good. Yeah.
Do you think, so there's been a lot of speculation. I mean, even after the debate before President Trump got COVID-19, about the future debates, if those are going to go on, do you believe that there will be future debates coming up after Trump recovers?
Well, I was shocked there was even one debate, to be honest. I don't know if I'd call it that, but it was something different. As far as the next two, I don't know. I mean, that's the other thing, too. It's like, we used to be able to kind of like, I don't know, like have an idea what's going to happen next, but we don't know what's coming next any given day, moment, right? Things could change right now. Marine One could land, I don't know, you know, so another debate, that's way too far in the future for me to even think about whether it's going to happen or not. I hope so. I mean, American people need to see their choices. They need to hear, you know, the first debate was a little bit of a show with the interruptions and all, and Donald Trump, listen, he's a warrior. The man's a warrior. He's a fighter. He's a scrapper. And I know it's not fun to watch necessarily. It's kind of like you're watching a bad something, but I mean, look, he's fighting for us. I believe that. And Biden, you know, he needs to be able to put his platform forward and his agenda and whatever that is. And so debates are important, but I don't know. I mean, how do you know COVID? I mean, how do you know?
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for chatting with us. We very
sure.
much appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Yes. I'm just kidding. Oh, yeah.
Say, looked at this. Say what? What about like smooth guy, but he don't?
Yeah.
At least we know where parking is for later. Yeah. Don't wreck.
I know, I feel bad. These people are
careful.
pay attention and drive.
That's also good.
Yeah, so we are live again here outside of the Walter Reed Hospital in Bethesda, Maryland, and we're joined here with some more Trump supporters. If you guys could tell me your first name and where you guys are from.
My name is Dawn. I'm from Glen Burnie, Maryland.
My name is Carissa. I'm from Odenton, Maryland.
So what made you guys come out here today in support of President Trump?
Well, I really wish him well. Our beautiful First Lady Melania, I wish her well as well. And we just really want them to know that we both support him and Melania, and we wish them well, and let him know that his supporters love him.
And you, if you want to add anything.
The same reason he supported us, so I'm here to give that back and show my support in a time of need.
Now, I want to get your guys' first reactions when you heard that President...
Racist in chief!
That's the Clintons! Thank you!
George Floyd, say his name! George Floyd, say his name! George Floyd, say his name! Mass murdering! 206,000 deaths!
That's the Clintons!
Let him
Thank
die!
you.
We don't
Clinton.
need him!
God love you
Clintons! Have a good day! Hey, look. Look.
So that was always...
It's okay.
Yeah.
We're here to give love back to them. That's what they need.
Yes.
They need love in their heart.
Hate
Jesus.
isn't going to get you anywhere.
Were you guys here last night at all?
No, we wanted to be, but we actually were planning on going to the rally with Brandon today, but we chose to come here instead. We wanted to show the president that we support him, we love him. Hope he gets better soon.
Yes. Yes, 100%.
My original question, your first reactions when you heard that President Trump and Melania
I
have
was a
fallen
little
sick?
surprised because I know that they take a lot of extra precautions. Like I see on Twitter and social media how there's this conspiracy theory that somebody might have tainted whatever, but it happens. They caught it early enough, so I'm believing that he'll be perfectly fine in a few days.
I was sad. I mean, I know that there's thousands, millions even of Americans or everyone around the world who's affected, so it's sad to see our president, a very good leader that we need, especially at this time, a month before the election. But I think the doctors here are going to help him, and he came here early on, so we're rooting for him.
Now, a lot of people on the Democrat side, the left side, have come out in support of President Trump and getting better and hoping that his whole family is safe and everyone gets better. But there has been a couple of leftists that have come out, and I'm just going to read a couple of tweets. This is a singer-songwriter named Richard Marks who said, "Hey, at real Donald Trump, maybe you should have worn a blank mask, or better yet, not lied to all of us and let so many people needlessly die." And a Democrat surrogate, Zara Rahim, who said, "It's been against my moral identity to tweet this for the past 4 years, but I hope he dies."
Yeah.
Just your reaction to, people driving by these tweets on Twitter with the leftists, just your reaction to those kind of wishes.
It's just really sad. We're a better country than this. I feel like those people have an agenda behind their hate.
Go home! Be ashamed of yourself! I think it's sad that there's so much hate in the world. We need to be united more than anything right now. With the president being sick, but also just in general, there's just too much hate, too much divide in our country. I know that there's some right-wingers that are like that as well, but that's not the majority of the population. It's not the majority of the Democrats either. I don't believe that the majority of the left have that much hate in their heart. And I refuse to believe that. Now, these people that come out on Twitter and social media, I really feel that they have another agenda behind it. I don't know what that is, but with enough love being spread here today, it overrides that kind of hate, and we're for love, and so is the president, so we support him even more. Tax evader! Prostitute hush payment!
It's the Clintons, idiot!
Global
Somebody
But you're making so mad. How come you can talk with you not talk?
Clinton, that way.
Yeah, your reaction and how you would respond to those things.
I think everyone has the right to an opinion, free speech, like this guy over here interrupting. That's okay, he's allowed to do that. But I don't think you need to have so much nasty, ugly hate in the world. That's not how you accomplish anything, and that hurts you too. Who wants to be so hateful? So when I saw those things, that was hurtful to see and disappointing as a nation.
And so I asked them a couple of minutes ago just about how even before it was announced that President Trump was sick, many people were questioning if there was going to be more debates. Do you believe that there will be more debates after Trump gets better?
I do. I believe that. I don't think Biden gets away with it that easy. I think that they'll come up with a solution. And it might not be, I think they moved it to the 13th or something. It might not be the 13th. It may be. He may be fine. Of course, he's quarantined for 2 weeks. But, everybody's doing the Zoom thing, so maybe they can Zoom the debate. Who knows? But I think there needs to be another debate. I didn't think the first one went very well. I think Trump had a lot of missed opportunities. And the few seconds that he had, he spent it repeating himself. I think he can do better this next debate, and I'm looking forward to him doing better, taking the opportunity to address the things that the people that support him need to hear, and not
repeating talking points and kind of defending himself against Biden. A lot of his supporters know the truth already. He doesn't need to do that back and forth. He just needs to stick to the points and let's hear both sides. That's what a debate is, without moderators interrupting them.
I agree. I do think that debate wasn't what we all thought it was going to be, but it is a debate. It can get nasty. I just hope the next one doesn't turn out that exact way for all three, the moderator and both candidates. I support President Trump 100%, my favorite candidate, but I was disappointed in the way all three of them acted, and I do hope that they can do the next two.
Well, thank you guys so much for
You're
chatting with
welcome.
us. We
Thanks,
very much
Allie.
appreciate it.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, yes.
Cool. Y'all,
Do you read that newspaper?
Yes, I've read your all's articles before. Been to China 21 times for work, but I know you guys have quite a struggle going on in terms of. Thank you for all you do. We need more journalists like you and your organization. Are you from China originally? Yes. Where? Shandong. Yeah. Just south of Shanghai. Yep. I've been there many times.
Trump infected everybody. He's trying to infect the whole entire country. They're crazy.
Bitches, fuck Donald Trump!
Trump. Don't crash. Watch where you're going.
There's a man down here walking up.
What?
We were just walking, and there's a man down there who starts screaming and yelling like a crazy person about, and I'm like, I couldn't hear him, and I was like, and he's this is the right of our country to have a different. Screaming and yelling like a wild crazy person. I mean, he was that big. And I'm like, this is the United States of America. We have free freedom.
Trump.
So over there, you'll see a big row of media. These guys are here. They do, they set up and they do hits across the street. They just, do a couple minutes to the camera for their news networks.
So we are joined here with another Trump supporter outside of Walter Reed. If you could tell us your first name and where you're from.
My name is Pam. I'm from Kensington, Maryland.
And why are you out here today in support of President Trump?
Because I think it's important to support the president. I think it's important to have free speech. I think it's important to be able to support whatever candidate you want. This is the United States of America. We support President Trump. We want him to recover, and we are out here to rally support for President Trump and show the rest of America that not everybody is against her.
And what was your first reaction hearing that President Trump was taken here to Walter Reed?
Well, I wasn't too upset because I think it was a precautionary measure. I don't think it was an emergency measure, so I really was not too alarmed. I actually probably thought it's better if he's here anyway, not to infect others, to have, cutting edge medical treatment, and it actually will make the virus probably sequence through faster and he can get back to work faster.
So a lot of people on the left have been coming out in support, just saying, we really do hope that President Trump gets better. But real fast, there's other people from the left side or people who call themselves Democrats. And I'm just going to read a couple of tweets. We have a singer-songwriter, Richard Marx, who tweeted, "Hey, at real Donald Trump, maybe you should have worn a blank mask. Or better yet, not lied to all of us and let so many people needlessly die. Hashtag Trump karma." And then a Democrat surrogate, Zara Rahim, said, "It's been against my moral identity to tweet this for the past 4 years, but I hope he dies." And just hearing those reactions, having people drive by, obviously screaming explicits and all these terrible things about the president, just your reaction to that kind of response.
For the last 4 years, we have had an unhinged left. It started the minute he was elected. There was a proclamation in the news media, we're going to impeach him, the minute he got elected, and it's been a 3.5-year campaign of attacks. And the media has ginned up all the left-wing liberals to become crazy. You can't have a sign, you can't have a bumper sticker, you can't have a yard sign. Your property is damaged, you are chased, you are harassed, you are screamed at, you are called horrible names. You are basically run out of your own town if you don't have the exact same political views as the left. You are admonished and harassed. It's ridiculous. This is the United States of America. We have a political system here that was founded on free speech. We should be able to support whatever candidate we want without being attacked. It's ridiculous. And so that's another reason we're out here.
Do you think there would be the same amount of that kind of reaction if Vice President Biden had fallen ill?
Of course not. Of course not. Of course not. Because the left, the whole country would stop revolving. Congress would stop revolving. The media would stop revolving because that's why they kept him in the basement for 6 months. They were afraid he was going to get the coronavirus. So it's ridiculous that anyone should want anyone to be sick. It doesn't matter whether you're a Republican or a Democrat. COVID is not political. It's a virus. For some people, it's nothing. For others, if you have an immune-compromised situation, if you have diabetes or some of the other obesity, then it might be more serious. But for most people, it isn't. It's a virus. It's not a political virus. And you shouldn't have an opinion on whether somebody does or doesn't get the virus because they're Republican or Democrat. There you go. See? There you go. There you go.
And then, that just reminded me, Chuck Schumer came out with a message a couple of days, or maybe it was last night, saying that a couple of the senators who are on the Judiciary Committee got COVID. And he's now telling that the Senate and especially the Judiciary Committee should not be going forward with the Amy Coney Barrett. What's your reaction?
Schiff is trying everything he can possibly do to stop that hearing from taking place. He would go to the moon and back if he could to stop that. He can't. So now he's using the COVID as an excuse. But I think the hearing could continue. I mean, clearly people need to be safe and they need to wear masks. And if they need to sit far apart or a member needs to participate by a video, by a Zoom. I mean, I've been working for 6 months at home by Zoom and I still get my work done, right? So maybe they participate that way. But the hearings should go on, and Nancy Pelosi and Adam Schiff and all these other, they need to just get over it because it's happening and she's getting confirmed. And if the Democrats were in this position, they would be doing exactly the same thing.
Another question I was asking people is, even before President Trump unfortunately had fallen ill, many people were speculating if there was even going to be more debates. Do you believe that there will be more debates after President Trump gets better?
I do, because I think you need to have more than one debate. I don't think one debate is enough, and I think, frankly, that first debate was just, to me, two political rivals backbiting each other the entire time. There was no policy discussed. There was no fundamental explanation of, Joe Biden refuses to give his Supreme Court nominees. He refuses to talk about anything that's going to alienate the far left. So he's holding back on any political positions for that purpose. So we heard nothing from him. President Trump was angry and aggressive, and he was interruptive, and I think he's so frustrated from being attacked for the last 3 years that it all came out at the debate. And I don't think for either of those candidates that was their best moment, and I think there's a town hall format in one of them, and then there's another debate. And I also think the question period the answer period was too short. 2 minutes is not enough to communicate a position, or then again you need a rebuttal. So the format of the debate, you don't need to mute anybody. That's ridiculous. You don't mute people who are having a debate. I think if they just extended the question and the rebuttal period a little bit, and maybe instead of covering 8 topics, maybe they covered 4 topics in depth, that would be much more beneficial. So I do think there's going to be more debates.
Well, thank you so much for chatting with us. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Listen, they doxed me, okay? They doxed me. They put my phone number up, my email up, my house number. It's like, come on.
Nothing. God is love. God is love. I paid the IRS. I paid Maryland.
The Great
This guy,
Gazoo.
nothing.
Hey, the Flintstones are looking for you. It's like your helmet says, lead head. That's what it says, lead head.
But we're better than that.
Years we've been thinking.
Joe's a good fight, though. I like eating a good meal. Like something to eat a good meal. I think he was great. Very appetizing. Oh, he enjoyed it, yeah. It's like a lion eating a gazelle or something.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Like wrestling, after a while you realize there's big walks of mud.
Yeah. He's at his happiness. He's like, the combative media. That's what he's
Everyone's so surprised at how he did. It's amazing. You realize that that's how he is, like every kid.
I thought he was debates good. They said he was combative, but I thought that he was.
No, definitely not. Yeah, he went in and basically slaughtered the entire everyone running for the ticket on 16.
Oh yeah, he made that.
Yeah, he went.
I can't help myself.
Where? Where is this? Oh, Maine. How's it Maine? That's 7-Eleven. They got Trump shit everything. Small business owners want to make money, and that's what people want to buy. I know. They don't even know. It's hard to get. Most of it came from China.
Is that true?
Yeah. I was at the Trump rally in Pennsylvania.
Oh, we went too.
In Middleburg?
No, in Harrisburg.
Middletown. Oh, you were there? I was there too. I was first in line.
I'm not gonna, that's okay.
What?
I said she did.
Well, I mean, I'm
I
single.
went, but I went, yeah, I can't. I got
It's going to be an amazing revolution of love, so I don't even pay attention to whatever they're saying.
Walk away now. That's
So we are joined here with another Trump supporter outside of Walter Reed. If you could just give us your first name and where you're from.
My name is Sohail. I'm from Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Wow. So all the way from Pennsylvania, you came down here to Maryland. If you could explain why you felt the need to be here to support President Trump today.
I just wanted to show our love and support for President Trump. And one of the main reasons is because President Trump worked very tirelessly for our nation. And he is actually, so I think we are at the point where the whole country need to come around his side to show their love and respect and prayer. So I think when I've been praying for him and our First Lady that they are going to be very strong when they get through this. And this is a very historic moment in our nation where we are just showing a lot of love for each other. And I think that's what it will be. So.
And what was your first reaction when you heard that the President and First Lady had fallen sick?
My reaction was of a compassion and love because he's able to more identify and have more sympathy for people who had coronavirus. So I can only feel so much sympathy and love for him more, And I think that's how most Americans feel,
So I was talking to other people here and discussing the different reactions we've been seeing from the left. A lot of Democrats, Joe Biden, even the Clintons and the Obamas have wished the first family well and in a swift recovery. But there's been other instances of other people who are Democrats and say that they are leftists. And I just want to read you and get your reaction. This is a tweet from a singer-songwriter named Richard Marx. And the tweet says, "Hey, at real Donald Trump, maybe you should have worn a blank mask. Or better yet, not lied to all of us and let so many people needlessly die, #Trump karma." Or even a Democrat surrogate, Zara Rahim, said, "It's been against my moral identity to tweet this for the past 4 years, but I hope he dies." And I mean, you've been out here, you've been seeing people, this man on the scooter flicking us off, other people in the cars giving us the middle finger and yelling. And I just want to get your reaction to that kind of response to this news of President Trump getting sick.
So I think all those people are just trying to antagonize, and so I don't even care I actually do not wish anything worse for anybody who actually want to kill me or would be my enemy. I only wish best for anybody. It's very, very sad. It's a very painful for a lot of people we have lost due to this coronavirus. So I don't want anybody to be losing. So it's kind of very sad. I think it would have been wonderful opportunity for Biden, for Democratic nominee Vice President Biden. He should have come and sent his prayer and love, and anybody else. So I think it's kind of very sad, but it's going to be best at the end. You will see. I think we are at the point where we have revolution of love. So what people are trying to do, they are just trying to get our reaction. I think we just need to show love, and it's happening all over the country. So 4 years ago, I predicted Trump's win, but I am predicting this time he's going to win all 50 states because people are sick and tired of all this, their coronavirus has done a lot of damage, but I think the secondary effects are much more painful. People who are committing suicide, using drugs, and their businesses lost. So in that respect, if you saw, I don't know if you saw the poll on Telemundo, 66% of Hispanic, they supported President Trump, so it's going to be a historic win. And even on the C-SPAN, 69% people said that President Trump won. So I think I don't even pay attention to the news anymore. I do my own research. So I think that's what most people are doing, because the news media, their ratings are in teens, and nobody really listened to them. So they are just rehashing the same story over and over, and it's not working anymore.
Do you believe that if Vice President Biden or anyone from their team would have contracted COVID, if those kind of reactions would have been the reactions from the other side?
No, I think there would be more reaction of a love and sympathy and understanding and prayer, because that's just very common thread of people across, people who are actually coming. There are a lot of people who are Democrat. They are leaving Pennsylvania. They have switched their membership, and I was one of the Democrat too myself. So I think we are actually at that point. I don't think we would have seen that kind of reaction, but only sympathy, understanding, and I have never seen that ever.
Now, there was a lot of speculation even before President Trump has gotten sick that there would not be any more debates. Do you believe that there will be debates once President Trump recovers?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. He will be ready for the debates once he's come out. Like I said, he will come out very strong through this. This is a historic moment, and I think what this historic moment is going to define what amazing country we have and how amazing Americans are. And I think that's what we need to, because the other side is only about dividing people between genders and race, and I don't think we are actually beyond that point. We just need to look at each other. We are American and we love each other. We are just amazing people, and this is because of this nation, because of President's hard work. We have had some historic achievement, that every promise he has made, he has accomplished everything he promised, and that, like President Trump say, in very short time, and that Vice President Biden had not done. And I think the most amazing thing is our son served as a Marine, our other son is joining the Navy, and I think so. It's actually very, very sad to see. I was praying for the longest time for the people in North Korea and the Middle East. So because of this, most people don't know, most Americans don't know, we had so much genocide. So I used to weep and cry for hundreds and thousands of Christians we have lost, and not talking about the millions of Christians. And I think if you look at President Trump, he has been historically the same last 40 years. He has not changed. He always wanted to end the war. So I think if we can end the war and bring our troops home, if we can take care of our own country and people who are suffering. I have been in the worst part of Chicago and South Carolina, and I used to do, when I went to Bible college, I used to teach Bible study in the African American citizen, senior citizen. So those are really amazing people. So I want every person to be successful. I don't have any problem if you make $1 million a month, as long as you work for it. I don't have any envy or jealousy. I just only have love for everybody, and I think you are going to see some other historic moment in 10 days when President Trump, there are going to be a lot more other moments when people are going to be, I'm trying to say, the historic peace. President Trump has already been nominated 3 times, for Nobel Peace Prize. So there will be other nation coming, the peace between Israel and other Arab nations. So that's very historic.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for chatting with us today.
So
we very, very much appreciate it.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Hi, I'm Ali J. Nikolai. Thank you so much for tuning in. We very, very much appreciate your support. We are live here outside of the Walter Reed Hospital in Bethesda, Maryland, just 10 miles outside from the middle of DC, where multiple Trump supporters have gathered here in support of President Trump and making sure that he recovers, and praying for President Trump as well. There was a crowd of people last night, and talked to some people, a very big crowd last night, and there's a growing crowd here today outside of the hospital, sitting out here in support and watching for President Trump. On the other side, as you've probably seen, there is a whole row of media doing their media hits. There's also been multiple cars both honking in support as well as not support of President Trump. Some visceral words have been yelled at these supporters out here, as well as specific finger gestures. There's been a couple of antagonists out here, but it seems that a lot of the people here are responding with I love you, Jesus love you, just lots of peace and de-escalation to make sure that nothing gets out of control. This is a very, very peaceful place. President Trump is here at the Walter Reed Center. He was flown here by Marine One yesterday. He's expected to be here for a few days for precautionary measures. There is a presidential suite with office space as well as his own personal ICU. Last night he tweeted that he thinks that everything is going great, and it seems that he's doing well. It's a comfort, I'm probably sure, to a lot of these supporters to see those classic Trump tweets and letting him know that he's doing okay. So I think all of us here at Breitbart, as well as all of us here, hope for a very speedy recovery for President Trump and his wife Melania Trump. If you like this stream, if you want to get the words out here, make sure to hit the love button on Facebook. You can share this stream, follow us on all of our social media on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and the like. We thank you so much for your support and your viewership. It means a ton to us in making us able to come out here and talk to real people. So we're going to continue to talk to some people. It seems that the crowd is continuing to grow and expand here outside of Walter Reed. So we're just going to get a little bit more of the atmosphere, the cars driving by with Trump flags, with thin blue line flags, lots of people here with American flags showing support for President Trump during this time as he recovers from COVID-19.
Let's get a photo. Can you get a photo? Let's get a photo. Good photo. There you go.
I'll put this on. Look this way. It'll be brighter.
I'm putting it. Oh yeah. Let's put it in. I'm putting it on Twitter and Facebook everywhere. Let everybody know. You understand? Do it. You got
it. Awesome.
Thank you.
I got bit wipers. You seen those?
No.
No, they're nasty, dude. Macho Man Randy Savage glasses.
Some
Racist in chief! Inject some bleach!
spread positivity. great. We are joined here with another Trump supporter outside of Walter Reed. So if you could give us your first name and
Yes.
where you're from.
My first name is Karen, and I'm from Annapolis.
Annapolis. So you drove all the way down here from
Yeah, it's about
Annapolis?
40 minutes, yeah.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
And why do you feel the need to be here to support President
Because
Trump today?
I love President Trump. Ever since he came down those stairs in New York City at Trump Tower, I have been on the Trump train. I absolutely love his policies. I love what he's done for America. I am not offended by his tweets or anything. I like people that say what they think and do what they say they're going to do. And he has done everything he said that he was going to do. And so I'm going to support him, and living so close, I'm coming here and supporting him. I want him to know that we love him and we care about him. So we had to come down.
right, right. And what was your first reaction upon hearing that they both tested positive?
I was very upset. I've watched all the rallies, and my daughter and I have been to a couple. And as soon as I heard the news, and my daughter actually heard it before me, and usually I hear everything because I'm the Facebook pages, the emails, and all that. And as soon as I heard it, I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe this. And I was upset about it. And so I felt like I wanted to do something. And then seeing the video yesterday and then seeing the tweets from him and stuff like that has made me feel really good about that, and the fact that he's still doing things there. And then, like I said, we had already decided to do it, and then I got an email from the Maryland Republican Party chair, and he said, all hands on deck, everybody get out and support the president. So we were already doing it anyway, so it was, and it's nice to see people here and the crowd growing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Makes me very happy.
Yes, yes. And I mean, you've been out here for a little while, so you've seen how some people have reacted,
Yes.
both in support,
Yes.
but also very
few,
much
very
in
few
opposition.
negative though. Most of them seem to be really positive.
Yes, yes. And we've been seeing, online you have the Bidens and the Clintons and the Obamas, of course, wishing President Trump and the First Family to get to get better, which is great.
And I'm sure that was hard for them.
But also, also on the Democratic, the left side, we've been seeing a lot of other reactions.
Crazy stuff?
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm just going to read just a couple of tweets that we've heard. Singer-songwriter Richard Marks said, "Hey, at Real Donald Trump, maybe you should have worn a blank mask, or better yet, not lied to all of us and let so many people needlessly die. # Trump karma." And we also have a Democrat surrogate, Zara Rahim, who also
I heard
said,
about that one.
"It's been against my moral identity to tweet this for the past 4 years, but I hope he dies." And I just want to get your reaction to those kind of tweets, and even out here.
Thankfully, and as you can see with the people here, we don't pay attention to what Hollywood elitists say. We don't care what singers and songwriters say. We're smart enough to form our own opinions. I don't look to Hollywood for anything. Matter of fact, I canceled my Netflix subscription because of the crazy stuff they're doing, and everything seems to be left-leaning. And I can form my own opinion, and I can put my own opinion out there, and I'm not afraid to do it.
Right. Do you think that if Vice President Biden or any of his team had gotten sick, that there would be that kind of reaction to that?
The negative ones, no. And, the sad thing is, we were talking about that today. I don't like Biden. I never have. But if the shoe were on the other foot, I would certainly be upset. I wouldn't be out there posting things like, "I hope you die," or something like that. That's just what kind of insane world we live in. These people on the left are supposed to be tolerant and anti-hate, but yet they post stuff like that. And I never watch Rachel Maddow. I watch Tucker, Hannity, Laura. I watch all the conservative stuff. And even Rachel Maddow, who I think is not completely there all the time, even said something nice. So if she could do that, and she's always got conspiracy theories against Trump, then some of these other people could have toned it down for once and they didn't even have to say anything at all, but they just want to be out there and draw attention to themselves. But I don't think it's working with the American people. I think even with this, that people are smart enough. Obviously, you have that choice. You have the choice between freedom and socialism. And I think people are smart enough to make the right choice. I think even in Maryland, you're going to see more people voting for Trump. I don't think he's going to win the state. I wish that were the case. But I think you're going to see bigger numbers than you've seen in the past, just because you can feel it in the state. So I think that he's going to win, and I think he's going to win quite a few states. I think he's going to win more than enough.
Now, even before President Trump had fallen sick, there was a lot of speculation on if there was going to be any more debates. Do you believe that there are going to be the two last debates after President Trump?
I think if anybody was going to try and get out of the debates, it was going to be Biden. And I think some of the rules that they want to add are absolutely ridiculous. And if they want to do the thing where they cut off his mic, well, then how about doing a check for a wire or an earpiece on Biden? How about doing a drug test, things like that? What I do believe, and if you look at the news and the pictures, I am not a fan of Chris Wallace to begin with. I think he wants to be his father, and he'll never be his father. And, you know, he's a Democrat. He was incredibly biased. And then now the guy, and honestly, I don't even remember his name, but he interned for Biden, and he works for ABC now, and he's going to be moderating the next debate. So where is the fairness in all that? And if you ask me, Trump won that debate. He accomplished exactly what he wanted to do, which was to throw Biden off track and to catch him not answering questions and to upset the far left base of his. So I think he accomplished that. I don't care what they say.
And another thing that we've been seeing, not only with the debates, but now Senator Chuck Schumer came out.
Crying Chuck Schumer.
And he came out with a message yesterday saying, you know, so-and-so and other senator who are on the Judiciary Committee have unfortunately tested positive for coronavirus. And he came out saying, well, all these people are testing positive. We need to shut down any of the, you know, the Senate movement and the, specifically the Judiciary Committee. And I just want your reaction on that.
No way. The American government doesn't stop because some senators have coronavirus. And I believe each one of them that have tested positive have said they all want it to still continue. And now they've set it up where you can vote remotely. The Democrats on the House side did that. So they can vote remotely. They can on Zoom see what she has to say. I mean, really, they've got nothing. The woman is an honest Christian woman who has adopted several children. She has an immaculate record. Even people on the left are talking about what an honorable choice she'd be. So there's no reason to stop it. And the government doesn't stop because the president has COVID. The Constitution doesn't stop. And so we still have to go through. And this thing of, and I'm sure, you know, you've heard that after the election, governing stops. Well, then what happens if governing stops? How exactly does that stop? The government keeps moving, and he's president no matter what happens until January 20th. Mitch McConnell is, you know, the speaker for, you know what I'm talking.
Senate Majority Leader.
Yes, Senate Majority Leader. My tongue is tied right now. He would still be that, but honestly, I think Trump is going to win anyways, and I think that down ballot, we're still going to pick up even more seats, and I think maybe we might win the House back. But it doesn't stop. So I think that if the Democrats were to get in charge, that America would never be the same again. And it would take a very long time to reverse what they've done. Every single odd would be against us, and we'd never have a chance to. So this is really about keeping America the way it is.
Yeah, well, thank you so much
Thank you.
for chatting with us. We very much appreciate your time.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
She's the. I don't see her.
If you, I'm sorry, I forgot the name of the young lady who was interviewed, Kylie Jenner. If you can actually interview this family, they came all the way from Syracuse, 8-hour drive. From Syracuse.
Something like that.
Hey, baby. What's up, dude? I got you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Upstate New York.
Right there, right next to the bus stop.
Okay, right now?
Yeah. Why are you waving? We all got masks on.
What?
Every single person has a mask on. And he's going like this with a mask. Every single person has a mask on. Look at that. Look at that. Fuck you!
What's going on? I'm going to go find a change thing. And I have to change the shirt and stuff. Were you able to fight about it? Huh? Were you able to fight? No, because they said it's closed to the public. So I had to go fill my tires up and they haven't changed them. I wasn't going, so I went home. Did you see me honking at you? I know he was. I was the guy in the black car waving to you.
My son has a birthmark too of white hair. Yeah.
What'd I miss?
Thank you.
Besides a couple birdies driving by.
There's a lot of excitement.
More people are coming in.
Yeah.
Failure! Trump Airlines! Failure! Trump States! Failure! Trump University! Failure! Trump Organization! Failure! Bankruptcy after bankruptcy!
Stand over here.
Trying to figure out what their opinion is. Yeah. I think some people will just buy it.
Trump!
Greatest economy in U.S. history, all the way. One.
And she doesn't even know what she's saying.
They have 4 children.
So by that I mean we've done a lot of work.
Bye, babe. Of Turkey.
So we are joined here with some more Trump supporters, a whole family. If you could tell us your first name and where you guys are from.
My name is Tavares, and I'm from upstate New York. It's like 6.5 hours from here.
So what compelled you to drive all the way 6 hours to be outside here and support President Trump today?
I think now is more than anything, like now more than anything, this is what he needs. He needs to know that there are people outside everywhere that's still counting on him, that believe in him and that understand what he's going through. And now he became the message. He became the message for COVID. So with him being the message, it's like now that you're the message, you're the messenger, So deliver your message. You understand? Like before, there was so many different things, but now he is the exact message. And what better person to have the message than the President of the United States to say, okay, look, I've been through it. This is my symptoms. This is what happened to me. And I'm up, I'm running, the economy, let's get this thing back going. Let's get this thing together. You see?
And so what was your first reaction when you heard that President Trump and Melania Trump had fallen ill?
That, honestly, I went to sleep to bed the night before, really good. Really good. And then when I woke, I got a text message and I was shocked because I was like, the stock market's gonna drop right now. I just knew it. So when the market dropped, everything was shocked. It was like a standstill. So I felt that standstill, like with everybody else. The wife we told everybody, said, okay, Trump got COVID. But we knew it was gonna happen. We expected it because he's out there. He's working, he's pushing. He's not home, like, you understand? He's delivering the message, and if he's in contact with people, there's nothing, I don't think there's anything wrong with him getting COVID. I think he's joining the family. Say, hey, I have it now. I have it. These are my symptoms. This is how I feel. This is how long it holds. And not everybody's different, yes. But you understand, even though everybody's different, it's like now he can make a change and do something now. Say, okay, now I have it. This is what I did. This is where we at. I know how he can relate to people who have it. Because it's different standing at the media, at the podium, and just saying, okay, you can do this and do that, and social distancing. And say, look, I feel with you. I relate to you. You understand? I can be relatable to how you feel and what's going on. And now with that, he can just take that message and run with it. Right now, I see him as a true messenger. He can literally take that message and just run with it and do whatever he can do whatever he wants.
Now you guys have been here for a while. You've seen some of the reactions, some very positive, some very not, and even Democrats and other leftists on Twitter, online.
Oh, that's another reason what made me keen. Because when I saw when the stuff came out, they had the Simpsons. They had the Simpsons with all that stuff. I was like, no, man, no, it's not that serious. I felt a lot better when Mark Meadows came out and he said it was a mild symptom. He said Mark Meadows came out and he said it was a mild symptom. I was like, oh yeah, he's gonna be all right. He's a strong guy. He doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke. You understand? He eats and he's all about. So I don't drink, I don't smoke, so I understand how he feels. I was like, okay, that's good. Yeah.
All right. I was wrong.
So. So you came out because of what would you say to those people who have, wished Trump to death and the worst possible?
I say be careful what you wish for. You know why? Because when you dig one grave, you dig two. When you wish harm on somebody, something else come back to you. Because that's what I always do. It's like you putting that energy out in the air. And that's why he's so good, because everything that they accuse him of, it comes back to bite them. You understand? So if you wishing harm, I don't wish harm on anybody, but I'm just letting you know, like, if you wishing harm on somebody, it's going to come back. It's going to come back. So be careful. People are going to do what they do no matter what. There's nothing you can do about that. But I just tell them, you can't stop nobody. You understand? Like I was telling somebody else here earlier the other day, like, the key with this COVID, no matter what you do, if it was meant for Trump to get COVID, it would happen. Like I tell somebody, you don't know when you're going to die. I want to meet the first person who can tell me I'm going to die on this day, this time, this day. You don't know that. So it's in the cards. There's nothing you can do about that. So it's a situation, you wishing harm on somebody, just be careful, because it could come back to bite you.
Do you think if Vice President Joe Biden or anyone from his team would have gotten sick or COVID-19, that we would see the reactions?
Totally different.
Yeah.
Totally different reaction. You understand? The key, if Biden had gotten COVID, and I don't want him to get it because I don't wish harm on him, but if he had gotten it, the whole media and everybody on this side, the media and everything, don't see. You didn't see what you see. You didn't hear what you hear. He didn't say what you thought you heard him say. It was going to be more of another cover-up. Let's cover this up and let's get it together. Let's bring out the sorrow. I'm not going to lie. They did do a little sympathy and a little sorrow for like 3 minutes in the beginning. I haven't seen what happened since then. All I'm seeing now is questions. Like I glimpsed a little bit of CNN. I glimpsed a little bit of CNN coming into the hotel room, and Don Lemon was on, and he was talking with some other people. I didn't really hear what he had to say because I just turned his voice on. I'm like, Don Lemon, no. But like, if it was Biden and he got it, it would have been totally different reaction. Now it's just for ratings now. It's for ratings and news. It's the hottest topic right now. They don't care, but I don't think they really care about the situation. They just think it's all about ratings. That's what it is.
Yeah, and there's been some speculation, even before President Trump got sick, that there might be the canceling of the debates. Do you believe that the debates will happen after President Trump gets better?
I want him to do it. It sends a strong message. If he see this, I don't know if he's gonna watch this or he see this, but if you see this, Trump, do the debates, because what you would do is you can send your message. That would be the only chance you get to send a message to everybody in the world that, look, I've been there, I've done that, I understand how you feel, and this is where it's at right now. Do it. You have a strong message. You can send your message. I want him to do, because then he can send his message. Whatever message he wants to send, he can send it from that debate stage. There's going to be a better time for him to actually send that message than being on that stage. Now the key is, if he do the debate and they cut him off, that's a different story. You understand? But if he does that debate and he gets that mic and he speaks, done. Election over. Because that's what they need. They need to hear the leader. It's like, what's the gentleman name from England? Boris.
Yeah.
Do you saw what happened when Boris got COVID? Even though he had the left media attack, and then when he got to speak, his message resonated with everybody. That's what they need. That's what he needs right now. That message.
If President Trump would tune into this broadcast, what is a message that you want him to know as a supporter of his?
Honestly, just keep doing what you're doing. Don't stop. That's all you got to do. Like, he's doing everything he's doing. You're not doing anything wrong. Take it from me. Like, I watch the press briefing. I don't watch the 5-second clips of the media. I watch the press briefing. I read Breitbart. I watch Right Side Broadcasting Network. I look for outside journalism. I do a lot of stuff on YouTube. And from what I can see is he is doing everything. He's doing it. Just keep. The problem is he stopped. If he stopped, that's where the problem is. If he continue to do it, then he's leading by example. He's showing that strength. That's what the world needs right now. It's like, look, I got hit. I'm back up. The comeback story is the best story in the world. The comeback story. He has that. He has the best comeback story.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for chatting with us. We very much appreciate your time and hope you guys stay safe out here today.
Thank you very much.
Luckily, there's some good weather, and I think it's going to be
beautiful weather. And we get to drive back home at night, and it's cool and it's nice and it's really good.
Very nice. Well, thank you guys.
Y'all are fake news, but we love you, Tucker. You're good, Tucker. Yeah, Tucker. No, Tucker's not over there. We gotta say something nice to Tucker. Do you know who's who over here? What? Who's who? No, I don't.
Hello, Sky News. Hello, Sky News. Right in that Sky?
Yeah.
I'm Italian. This is Sky News Italy.
Okay, well,
That's okay?
Yeah,
it's okay. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
British TV.
Nice. What are those called? Wings, something wings. Wing tips. Oh, I know all about it. The first 3 wives were Italian.
Hey everyone, I'm Allie J. Nikolai. Behind the camera is the wonderful Matthew Purdy. We are live outside here at Walter Reed Hospital, where President Trump is currently residing here.
Get well soon! Get well soon! Get well soon!
Over here?
That's what we're chanting for the president.
Get well soon. We have supporters out here lining the street, hoping and praying and supporting President Trump here in Bethesda, Maryland. The crowd seems to be growing. There was a little bit of a crowd last night where even Chief of Staff Mark Meadows was out here talking to people, thanking people for their support, and that President Trump did see them and did hear him. So we're out here. We got this sign lined with Trump supporters on the other side. We have lots of media doing their hits and doing what the media does.
Well,
So we're out here. We've got lots of honking in support of President Trump, but also there's been a couple of very visceral reactions to people being here and supporting President Trump. There was a couple of cars driving by yelling "F you," "F Trump." Lots of middle fingers, and it's very different. The reactions were, on the other hand, there's also a lot of cars with lots of thumbs up and honking in support out here. It's been very peaceful. There's been a couple of agitators trying to start stuff with the Trump supporters, but overall they've just ignored it. They've spread lots of love to those people, and it's remaining very, very calm. So it's looking to be a bright, sunny day here in Maryland, and I think the supporters here will continue to grow and into the night. So we're gonna stay here. We're gonna look around, just get the atmosphere outside of the Walter Reed Center. And thank you so much for tuning in. If you like this stream, if you want to get the word out, make sure to hit the love button on Facebook. Share this stream. You can follow us on all of our social media: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Make sure to subscribe and follow us on there. We very much appreciate your support and your viewership, because you are the ones that make this happen. Thank you so much.
It's unstoppable. And the reason why is because it's not cool to shill for criminals. It's not cool to shill for globalism. It's not.
Everybody else in the house is I still know what's going on, but I know
Do you need water?
Oh, fine. Thank you very much.
So we are live again out here at Walter Reed Hospital. We are joined here with a Trump supporter out here, hoping that Trump gets well soon. If you could tell us your first name and where you're from, sir.
My first name is Joe. I'm from Silver Spring, Maryland here.
Awesome.
I'm retired U.S. Army First Sergeant.
Well, thank you for your service.
And
Thank you.
I work here now with Wounded Warriors as a Red Cross volunteer here at Walter Reed.
Very cool.
And I'm here to support the president because he's done so many great things for our country. He's done so many great things for the military and law enforcement. And he's done more in 47 months than what a lot of politicians have done in 47 years. And he's a man who does what he says he's going to do. He's just not all talk. And that's why I want to be out here to support him, because this is the least I could do. And, I just think he's going to come out of this bigger, better, stronger than ever before, because that's the kind of a man he is. He knows how to turn lemons into lemonade, and he's going to turn this setback into lemonade, and he's gonna do just fine. I'm confident that he will. He's a winner. He's a fighter, and I'm just glad he's our president. I really am.
Oh, somebody's
And what was your first reaction to hearing that President Trump and Melania were sick?
My first reaction was, this is the last thing he needed. This was like a setback, but then there goes again. He's always is able to turn negative setbacks into something positive. And, you wait and see when he gets over this, he'll come back bigger, better, and stronger. And,
Right. So you've been out here for a little while, and we've been seeing the mixed reactions. We have people, honking in support of President Trump, but also a lot of people yelling at the supporters here and saying all these awful things. Now, that's also goes the same for, I mean, the whole left side. We've had a lot of people from the Democratic Party, Vice President Biden, the Obamas, Clintons, all wishing President Trump and Melania a quick and speedy recovery. But there's also been some liberals and some Democrats who have said and tweeted things like singer-songwriter Richard Marx said, "Hey, at Real Donald Trump, maybe you should have worn a blank mask, or better yet, not lied to any of us and let so many people needlessly die." Hashtag Trump
these
karma.
people are shallow, they're ignorant. A lot of them are, they haven't gotten past the juvenile stage in their lives. You know, they all act like juveniles, a lot of these people, to include politicians, entertainers, and it's sad to see grown-ups act like
we love your flag.
immature little kids. You know, all because they didn't get their way. They still haven't accepted the fact that they lost the election in 2016. They had a senator. What was that senator's name that came on? Still going back to the Russian collusion thing, saying that Putin's going to come into the. What was his name? It started with an M. He was a senator. What a goofball! I mean, it's like grow up already.
And what would be your message to those people, I mean, that are driving by, you know, raising the middle finger, wishing death on Trump? What would you want them to know?
What would I want them to know? Well, I don't think you're going to change their minds. Their minds are made up, and all we could do is just come out here and, you know, just support our cause, you know, what we believe. And, you know, hopefully some of these people come around and, you know, see the light, be enlightened. But
How about
you can't force somebody.
basement like the Oval Office? You won't know the
Do you
difference.
think that if, you know, Vice President Biden or anyone from his team would have fallen ill with COVID-19, do you think the reaction of wishing someone death or, you know, hoping that they don't recover, do you think we would see that kind of reaction from our side or the Trump side?
No, I don't. And you know, I think all these years, as far back as I can remember, Republicans and conservatives have always been the nice guy taking it on the chin. And then along come Donald Trump, and he's changed all that. And it's refreshing to see a conservative, a man fighting up for conservative values, you know, speaking out and not taking it on the chin like a lot of these gentlemen conservative Republicans have in the past, who would buckle and fold at the slightest little controversy. That's not Donald Trump. I think President Trump, I think he enjoys a good fight. It's like a lion eating a gazelle. I think him debating somebody, it's like a lion eating a lamb. He's like somebody eating a good meal and he's in a scrap with somebody. He enjoys it.
And you bring up the debates now. There was speculation even before, you know, President Trump had gotten sick that there is a possibility that there wouldn't be any more debates after that first debate. Do you think there will be more debates after President Trump recovers from this?
I hope so. Yeah, I'd like to see more debates. Yeah, I mean, I was a little disappointed that Chris Wallace didn't hold Biden more to the truth, to hold him more accountable, and he kept trying to silence President Trump. And I couldn't blame President Trump for speaking out and fighting, because Chris Wallace was letting Biden get in the way with a lot of lies there. That's how I saw it. And if President Trump had just sat back and been the nice guy taking it on the chin, you know, he wouldn't have gotten his points across.
Yeah, and if President Trump was going to see this, what would be your message to him as one of his supporters?
What was that question again?
If President Trump were to watch this, what's a message that you would like him to know from his supporters?
That we love him and we appreciate everything he's done for our country, for everybody, the military, for you know, just all the great things he's done. Yeah. And And that's why I put this little sign together.
Well, thank you so much for chatting with us. We very much appreciate
It's my
you
pleasure.
and your time. Thank you.
He's gonna get through this. He's gonna make him stronger. Everything does. You know, the more you throw at him,
better
the stronger he
to be optimistic and just instead of because the pandemic it has killed a lot of people around the world, but I think most people that are forgetting that this disease came from China, and I think people who are complicit in this were the World Health Organization and DNC and all the news media and all these people. The president is going to be, he's the most hardest working, he's going to be strong, he's going to get well soon, and it's going to bring our country together. So you will see it will be amazing. Thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. Again, I'm Allie J. Nikolai. Behind the camera, you have the wonderful Matthew Purdy. We are live here outside of Walter Reed Hospital in Bethesda, Maryland. We're going to wrap up the stream here. We have still a growing number of support for President Trump here that is currently residing here at this hospital just for a couple of days due to precautionary measures. But it seems like people are hanging out here cheering on President Trump. And also antagonists that are here as well. So, but it's been very peaceful. I think it's going to remain very peaceful. We're gonna wrap this up. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to like or love this stream. Share it on your social media. You can follow us on all of our social media: Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, I'm Allie J. Nikolai. Behind the camera is Matthew Purdy. Have a great day, and thanks for your support.